Hello, and welcome to A Word of Hope for Wednesday of the 5th week of Lent. I'm Father Scott Steinkerchner, and our first reading is from the book of Daniel. Daniel is a young Israelite who gets hauled off to Babylon with his three friends, Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. And they're forced to work for the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. And of course, everybody gets a new name. So Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael are now called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they do well serving the king, but they draw a line. What they won't do is worship the king's God. And the king makes a huge statue and says everyone has to worship it. And they say, we won't. He says, I'll throw you in the fire if you don't. What do you say to that? Who'll save you then? And this is what they say. There is no need for us to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If our God, whom we serve, can save us from the white-hot furnace and from your hands, O king, may he save us. But even if he will not, know, O king, that we will not serve your God or worship the golden statue that you set up. Oh, to the king they say this. He's so enraged, he says, make the oven 7 times hotter, bind them up and throw them in. And they get thrown in to the oven. And then everyone sees them walking around inside the oven with a 4th person who's an angel. And this isn't in the reading, but it's in the story. From the oven, they sing this beautiful hymn of praise of God from the fiery flames. And it said who sings it is Azariah. He goes back to his Hebrew name instead of his Babylonian name. We sing this psalm, this canticle, in morning prayer. That's where you've heard these names before. So anyway, the king is impressed and he gives them even more land and everything. But the point of the story is not just their courage, but their integrity in front of the king. And they'll say, no, we worship our God, and that's who we are, and we won't do anything else, come what may, even if God doesn't save us. The integrity of that, so that when they get thrown into the fire, they even lose their Babylonian names and go back to their Hebrew names, because it burns off that false identity that they were ready to throw away. So the message for us, do we have that same kind of integrity? Do we know who we are so much that no matter what the world wants us to be, we know who we are, and we worship the gods that we worship? And we have integrity about that, come what may. People will try to force us to be a lot of things, to do a lot of things. We need to know ourselves enough to say, no, this is who I am. I am Azariah.